You thought you'd seen every isekai under the sun? Wrong. Dead wrong. While everyone's busy obsessing over the same 10 shows, these absolute gems are hiding in plain sight, waiting to blow your mind with protagonists so ridiculously overpowered they make Saitama look like he needs a gym membership. You're about to discover 7 shows where balanced gameplay went out the window faster than Truck Kun can send someone to another world, blowing up with number 7. The Faraway Paladin. You wake up in a fantasy world raised by 3 undead guardians, a skeleton warrior, a mummy priest, and a ghost sorceress. Normal Tuesday, right? Wrong. You're William, and you've somehow landed the most wholesome isekai setup ever conceived while secretly being blessed by literal gods. Your adoptive zombie family teaches you everything: swordsmanship, magic, ethics, how to cry during emotional moments. Then plot twist, they're bound by a curse, and you're their last shot at redemption. So naturally, you become a paladin so pure-hearted that deities personally slide into your DMs. You're not just overpowered, you're spiritually overpowered, wielding divine magic like it's a free trial subscription. The show hits you with found family feels, then reminds you that being raised by the undead somehow made you the most morally upright person in any universe. Peak irony. You're basically if Captain America got isekai'd and raised by Halloween decorations. Kicking off to number 6. Death March to the Parallel World Rhapsody. You're Suzuki Ichiro, a burnt-out programmer who falls asleep at your desk and wakes up in a game world as your character Satu. Immediately you're ambushed by a lizardman army, panic mode activated. You instinctively fire off a beginner meteor spell just to test it and accidentally commit genocide, wiping out the entire army plus 3 dragon gods. Congratulations, you just hit level 310 in one click. You're now so absurdly overpowered that you have to actively pretend to be weak or you'll break the economy. Your inventory is infinite, your skills are maxed, you accidentally save Beast Girl slaves who now worship you. You're essentially playing on creative mode while everyone else is on hardcore survival. The show becomes a tourism simulator where you're casually stopping world-ending threats between food reviews. You're not living the isekai dream, you're the cheat code that ruins someone else's playthrough. Meanwhile, you're just trying to enjoy the local cuisine while kingdoms crumble around you. Jumping to number 5, campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill. You get summoned as a hero, but your skill is online grocery shopping. The kingdom takes one look at your ability and basically says, yeah, no thanks, and kicks you to the curb. Humiliating? Absolutely. But here's the thing, you can order anything from modern Japan, including premium ingredients. You start cooking by a campfire, and the smell attracts Fenrir, a legendary wolf god who's been alive for thousands of years. One bite of your teriyaki, and this ancient deity pulls a full Ratatouille moment, forming a contract with you on the spot. Suddenly, you're collecting mythical creatures like Pokemon, except your Pokeballs are hamburgers and parfaits. A baby slime? Addicted to your pudding. A pixie dragon? Simping for your fried chicken. You're not fighting demon lords. You're running a traveling Michelin star restaurant that accidentally makes gods your servants. The best part? Your cooking is so good, it literally gives buffs that make you invincible. You're overpowered through takeout. Iron Chef meets Shield Hero, and it's glorious. Moving to number 4. Tsukimichi, Moonlit Fantasy. You're Makoto, summoned to be a hero, and the goddess takes one look at your face and goes, "Ew, ugly," then banishes you to the edge of the world, literally body-shamed by a deity and dumped in a wasteland. Harsh. But joke's on her. Your parents made a deal with a different god, and you've been blessed with power that breaks the world's logic. You can't communicate with humans, but monsters? They love you. You accidentally create a demi-plane, recruit a dragon and a giant spider as your ride or dies, and build a merchant empire that rivals kingdoms. The goddess who rejected you starts sweating when she realizes you're rewriting the rules of her world. You're so overpowered that when you finally meet humans, your casual attacks nearly delete them from existence. Every battle is you holding back 99% of your strength, trying not to commit accidental war crimes. You're the protagonist who got rejected at the audition but ended up directing the whole show. Petty revenge has never been so satisfying. Looking at number 3, The Executioner and Her Way of Life. Plot twist. You're not the overpowered protagonist this time. You're watching Akari, a Japanese girl who gets isekai'd with time manipulation powers so broken she could unravel reality itself. She's bubbly, innocent, completely unaware she's a walking apocalypse. Enter Menu, the protagonist executioner whose job is to kill lost ones like Akari before they destroy the world. Except Akari's powers are so stupidly overpowered that she casually reverses death, rewinds time, and treats assassination attempts like a fun game. You watch Menu try every trick in the book while Akari just her way through mortal danger, completely oblivious or maybe perfectly aware. You can't tell. It's a psychological chess match where one player has infinite undo buttons. The show flips the script. The villain executioner is desperately trying to save the world, while the adorable isekai protagonist is the actual threat. It's dark, it's clever, and it makes you question who you're actually rooting for. Overpowered doesn't always mean hero. At number 2, cautious hero. The hero is overpowered, but overly cautious. You're Seiya Ryuguin, summoned to save a world, and your stat sheet makes goddesses drool. You're basically born maxed out. But here's the catch. You're so paranoid, you refuse to fight anything without preparing for literal extinction-level scenarios. Going against a level 2 slime? Better train until you're level 50, master every spell, craft backup equipment, then nuke it from orbit just to be safe. The goddess assigned to you, Ristarde, is losing her mind watching you obliterate low-level enemies with attacks that could destroy mountains. Overkill is not in your vocabulary. Insufficient kill is. You max out stats in the god's realm, learn skills that shouldn't exist, and prepare contingency plans for your contingency plans. Everyone thinks you're insane until you face enemies that actually justify your paranoia, and suddenly your excessive preparation is the only reason reality still exists. The show pulls a gut-wrenching twist that explains why you're this cautious, and it hits different. You're overpowered, but trauma is your true final boss. Number 1, Skeleton Knight in Another World. You boot up your favorite MMO before bed, and wake up fully transported into the game world as your max-level Skeleton Knight avatar, Arc. Full plate armor, flaming sword, badass cape. Except you're literally a walking skeleton, and people scream when they see your face. So you keep the helmet on 24/7 and pretend to be human. You immediately stumble into elf girls being trafficked and decide, not on my watch, proceeding to dismantle an entire criminal organization before breakfast. You're max level in a starter zone, casually wielding teleportation magic, holy weapons, and enough firepower to solo raid bosses. You rescue beast girls, adopt a mascot creature that rides on your head, and become an urban legend. The best part? You're a skeleton trying to be heroic while constantly worried someone will discover you're undead and freak out, even though you're the goodest boy in the kingdom. You're basically playing a stealth game where the disguise is pretending you have skin. The show is pure, wholesome power fantasy with a protagonist who's overpowered, skeletal, and suffering from imposter syndrome. Peak isekai comfort food. There you have it, 7 isekai anime where overpowered is an understatement and underrated is a crime. These shows deserve way more hype than they get. So stop rewatching the same mainstream titles and give these hidden gems a shot. Your watch list will thank you, and you'll finally understand what true isekai chaos feels like.